Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we spill the tea on big business filings and see if these companies are really crushing it or just faking it, also convincingly. Today we're diving into American battery technology company's latest report, and let's just say their early events are anything but boring. This here is a Form 8K filing, which is like a special bulletin from a company to let everyone know about big news that has just happened. Think of it as a company shouting from the rooftops about something important. The big date here for this report is the 22nd of September 2025, so whatever we were talking about today, it all started on that day. We are looking at American Battery Technology Company, a player in the battery space trying to make a mark. They're incorporated in Nevada, which is pretty common for companies, and their stock ticker, the symbol you'd look for to buy their shares, is a BAT. Their shares are traded on the NASDAQ, a major stock exchange. So this means they are a public company that many people can invest in. Now, the company is checking this box here, meaning they are classifying themselves as an emerging growth company. This gives them some flexibility with certain financial reporting rules, but it also means they might not have as long a track record as older, more established companies. The real meat of this particular filing is tucked away in item 2.02. This section is all about how the company is doing financially and operationally. So, on the 22nd of September 2025, the company put up an investor presentation on their website. This presentation goes hand with their earnings call, which is basically a meeting where the company talks about its financial results. What we're looking at right now is that investor presentation itself, which is filed as Exhibit 99.1. This is where we usually find the juiciest bits of information about how the company performed. Since this 8K is focused on the investor presentation, it's likely they are sharing their financial results for the fiscal year ended the 30th of June 2025 with the public for the first time through this presentation. Now, while this specific Form 8K filing doesn't contain detailed financial tables directly within these pages, it points us to an investor presentation that does. Typically, these presentations are designed to highlight the most positive aspects of the company's performance. So, what we need to do is analyze what this presentation is telling us about their financial condition and results of operations. Think of it as looking at a curated highlights reel. They are sharing investor presentation materials, which means the company is trying to communicate specific financial information and potentially management commentary about their performance. This is where we want to find any key numbers they might be bragging about. Let us imagine we re-looking at that presentation right now. What kind of numbers would we expect a battery technology company to be excited about? And what would that tell us about their actual business? Wednesday be hunting for things like revenue growth, because that means they are selling more of their products or services. We also want to know about their profitability. Are they making money after all their costs for a company in the battery technology sector? We also be very interested in their research and development spending, as innovation is key to staying competitive. Are they investing heavily in new battery tech, or are they cutting back? If the presentation revealed, for instance, a substantial leap in production capacity, that would be a very good sign, suggesting they are getting ready to meet higher demand. Conversely, if they talked a lot about securing new funding, it might mean they are burning through cash quickly to develop their technology. Without the actual numbers from that exhibit, we have to infer based on what this filing says they shared. They are presenting their financial results for the year ending the 30th of June 2025. So we'd be looking for figures that show how that year went. Did sales go up? Did they manage their expenses well? Did their projects move forward successfully? Often these presentations will focus on metrics like revenue, gross profit, earnings, per hair, even cash flow. If they mention a significant increase in orders, that's a positive signal for future revenue. If they talk about progress in developing new battery chemistries or recycling processes, that speaks to their long-term strategy. It is crucial, however, to read between the lines. Sometimes companies can present numbers in a way that looks good, but doesn't tell the whole story. For example, they might report a jump in revenue, but if their costs also skyrocketed, they might not be making any real profit, or they might highlight a new contract, but if it's a tiny part of their overall sales, it might not be that impactful. We need to consider how their strategy of developing battery technology and recycling processes aligns with market trends. The demand for electric vehicles and sustainable energy storage is growing. So a company in this space has a lot of potential. American Battery Technology Company is focused on recycling and reprocessing used batteries, which is a really important and growing area as the world transitions to cleaner energy. This is a good area to be in. However, like any company, there are risks. Developing new technologies is expensive, and there is always the chance that their innovations won't pan out, or that competitors will come up with something better. Also, the recycling process itself can be complex and costly, so the numbers in that presentation would tell us if they are effectively managing these challenges. Are they able to turn their technological advancements into profitable operations? Are they scaling up their recycling capabilities efficiently? If, for example, the investor deck mentioned a strong increase in the volume of recycled battery materials processed, that would directly indicate successful scaling of their core business model. If they shared positive results from pilot recycling programs, it would show their technology is working in practice. We also want to see if they're reattracting partnerships or investments that validate their approach. A key takeaway is that this filing is about sharing information. They are telling the investment world how they have performed. And looking at the signature section here, we see the report is signed by Ryan Melsert, who is the Chief Executive Officer. This means he is the top executive at the company, and he is formally approving the content of this report. The Bifendisense in Ryan Melsert. Part is just the electronic signifiers that Ryan Melsert has officially signed off on this document. Overall, American Battery Technology Company seems to be focused on a critical area of the green economy with their battery recycling technology. The filing itself is a procedural step to share their financial story for the fiscal year ending the 30th of June. What matters most are the details within that investor presentation they V-filed. Are they showing strong revenue growth indicating successful market adoption of their recycling services? Are their research and development efforts translating into tangible technological advancements that could give them a competitive edge? And crucially, are they managing their costs effectively to become a profitable enterprise? My take is that the battery technology and recycling sector is incredibly promising, but it's also capital intensive and highly competitive. American Battery Technology Company is playing in a big league. The key for them will be execution. Can they scale their operations efficiently, innovate faster than competitors, and ultimately deliver profitable results? This 8K, by pointing to their investor presentation, acts as a signpost to where investors should look for those answers. Investors need to dig into that presentation to see if the company S-reported performance truly reflects a healthy and sustainable business growth, or if it is just a polished story. Alright, that is our breakdown of this American Battery Technology Company filing. What is your take on their focus on battery recycling, and what kind of numbers you be looking for in their investor presentation? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into corporate filings. And don't forget to check out our Discord channel, linked in the description for more discussions. Thanks for watching. See you next time.